how's everyone doing there tonight? This is Undead Nightmare 24, back with a video. It's going to be my Saturday action and exploitation reviews. This will be Season 2, Episode 6. And I'm going to do a little different tonight. I usually pick a film out of the collection and review it. This time I'm going to do a franchise ranking of some films I just watched. It's going to be the I Spit on Your Grave franchise. So I just watched these. These are kind of like pretty much a rape revenge films. Not for everyone. They do have disturbing rape scenes, so if that's not going to go well with you, don't watch these films. But if you can get through that and get to the revenge stories, these films are entertaining and pretty good ones. So let's get into the franchise rankings. This is going to be my opinion, guys. It is going to be, let's see, a 5-film franchise. I will be doing the remakes. There's 4 sequels. There's 4 films in the remakes and 1 original film. So I'll be ranking all these, going from 5 to 1. 5 being the worst, 1 being the best. And this is my opinion, guys. So let's get into it. We're going to start at number 5. And it's going to be I Spit on Your Grave 3. I had to keep this. These are the not unrated versions, but this one is for some reason. But I just picked this up for part 3. This is a 2015 film. And I put this one at number 5. It does have Sarah Butler playing Jennifer Hills. And she was on the first part, the first remake. And she comes back as that. This one's a little different. It does have her straight off from the first remake where she's recovering from her traumatic, events that took place where she was, pretty much raped and sodomized. And she comes back here with the counselor, speaking to a counselor, and she's going to meetings. And you pretty much see her seeing all this, like, criminal activity getting, these, kind of perverted men getting away with stuff. She starts to hear stories in her meetings, and it pretty much starts to flip her switch again. And she pretty much takes it into like a vigilante presence again to make these men pay, because she knows from her own experience the law just doesn't do it right. So she wants to take it in her own hands. That's basically this film. It's a little weird and odd at times, and it kind of knocked me off a little bit in the franchise. I did still enjoy elements of it, but overall it's probably my opinion, the worst one in the franchise. So I'm gonna have it at number 5. I Spit on Your Grave 3. Okay, at number 4, we're going to go with I Spit on Your Grave Deja Vu. And this is the newest film. It was released in 2019. And this has the original Camille Keaton coming back as the original Jennifer Hills from the original. So that was pretty interesting. This one is a little more low budget, you can tell. And this has her returning. Pretty much Jennifer's become this iconic figure, hero. She's real popular. She has a book out. She pretty much has reached celebrity status, and for her fight from the original against these pretty much awful people that raped and sodomized her. So as you see her older now, she's very older. It's like 40 years later. She has a daughter now, and pretty much word gets around to these relatives of these people that she did murder on that revenge tip, and they want some payback. They have her as the bad person, so they pretty much go after her this time and kidnap her. And it has her and her daughter fighting out, trying to fight these ones away and escape before they go through another. She don't want her daughter going through the same brutal situation which she did years ago. So yeah, this one again had some great elements in the good elements in the film. I'm not going to say great. I did like that it brought back the original character and you see some backstory, but this one still fell short. It just felt real out of place at times. Some of the acting was like overdone at times, and sometimes it made it hard to believe, and then sometimes it did have some good kills. Like I said, the acting was a little overdone in this one, but still had fun with it. So at number 4 is going to be I Spit on Your Grave Deja Vu. Okay. Number 3. we're going to go with I Spit on Your Grave. These are the unrated cuts. Remake. And this was made in 2010. This has Sarah Butler playing the role. As you've seen on part 3, has Jennifer Hills. And this is pretty much it is a toe-to-toe shot with the original. It has the same pretty much scenery and events taking place, but it does do it in different orders. You have some different kills in this one, like and it does add some extra characters to this film as well from the original. And this one's straight up just dark, man. You have this menacing presence for the original Jennifer Hills, but on this one she's just dark and out for bloody revenge. And it does have some pretty disturbing, like I said, rape scenes throughout this film. But the revenge story is solid. I did have fun with this one. And you got a villainous sheriff, which wasn't in the original. This one, which I thought was pretty much, he was a scumbag, man, and he played it well. So at number 3, I'm going to have the 2010 I Spit on Your Grave. Okay, now we're going to go to number 2, and it's staying here with I Spit on Your Grave 2. And this is a sequel for the remake. And this one really impressed me. That's why I have it at number 2. And it has a different character playing Jennifer Hills. I don't remember her name, but she does a pretty good job. She's a real tough girl. She's trying to become a model. She wants to get in a photography industry and get noticed. So she finds this brochure pretty much from these guys pretty much offering, her a free photography to get noticed. But as she goes in there, she realizes these guys are real strange. They want her to take off her clothes and do odd stuff. So she walks out, and she has one of the guys that pretty much begins to stalk her and stuff. And they're from a foreign country. And she has a home invasion presence that takes place in this. She ends up getting kidnapped and taken to a foreign place. And pretty much some pretty disturbing stuff happens to her, having to do with rape and sodomizing, which was pretty brutal. But then you see her get her revenge twist back on, and it's pretty cool because in this one she's in a foreign country. You see her underground. She's just going through this underground area that's dirty and pretty much full of rodents and bugs, and it's a real dirty scene. And she comes back as pretty much a badass through this one, man. I like the revenge twist, and this one really surprised me. I liked it. I Spit on Your Grave too. So that's going to be in at number 2. So now we get to the number 1, and you guys already know what it is. I Spit on Your Grave original. And I had never seen this film. I had seen the remake and part 2, but I had never seen this one. And I watched it, man, and it didn't disappoint, man. This has it's in the 70s, 1978. You have Camille Keaton has the original Jennifer Hills, and she's pretty much an author. You guys know the story. Well, if you haven't, I'll tell you a little story. She's the author. She gets to this cabin to pretty much write. She's a writer. She goes to this cabin to pretty much write a story and concentrate and get away. She runs into these hillbillies, man, that have other intentions. They end up pretty much raping and sodomizing her and leaving her for dead. But she survives and goes on a real savage revenge twist on him, picking him off one by one in a real brutal way. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one, man. I thought it had everything, and I like the Jennifer Hills on the remake, don't get me wrong, but this one, she blew her away in this original. She just had this she had a menacing kind of attitude, but then she played that soft spot where she could trick him and get her payback. She did it real slowly, and it led to a big payoff. So that's what I really enjoyed. And yeah, this one could be one of my all-time favorite rape revenge films, man, because I have some that I've seen, like Thriller, and Last House on the Left was my favorite. Also, it's another one I've seen. Can't think of it up top of my head. I can't remember, but anyways, those are a couple of examples. But I think this could be my favorite, actually, rape revenge film. It didn't disappoint, man. Really enjoyed this. I could see me watching this one over and over, revisits. So that's gonna be my number 1 choice. 1978, I Spit on Your Grave. So that's the order, in my opinion, on the rankings, guys. I'll give you a recap. And at number 5, we had I Spit on Your Grave 3. Number 4, we had I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. Number 3, we had I Spit on Your Grave Remake. At number 2, we had I Spit on Your Grave 2. And at number 1, we had the original I Spit on Your Grave. So that is my opinion, guys. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear your comments. Let me know if you enjoy these films. Well, I can't recommend them for everyone because they do have disturbing scenes throughout these films, but they do have good revenge stories, and it was fun to visit this franchise. So this is Undead Nightmare 24, back with the Undead Saturday Action and Exploitation review for Saturday. This is Season 2, Episode 6. Everyone have a great weekend out there. Stay safe. Peace.